Going.
Are we recording?
Hopefully.
Are we recording?
Yes,
Are we going? Are we
starting
recording?
The music now.
Give us a countdown at the very least before we
Whenever
start
you're
recording.
ready, because it's going now.
I mean, if the music is the music just going to be playing over the Discord,
Oh,
or is it just
fuck.
like in the background?
No. Well, I can hear it. I don't think you guys can.
No, I can't hear any music. It's all right.
Yeah, no, we can't. Anyway,
I mean,
anyway, we're
whoa, hang on. If we like edit bits out of this and the music is playing and it's not getting added in post, then won't there be like weird skips in the music?
We won't edit things out, don't worry.
All right, fine.
We might have to.
I mean, if
we'll
go,
try not to have
We can
to.
just cut the audio for that bit. Anyway,
what if
we've been going.
What if one of us says something majorly controversial?
We will bleep it out.
Well, then we cut it out, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, we've been rolling for like 30 seconds, haven't we?
Yep.
A minute.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Toast
bro,
Society
okay.
podcast. With me,
Me,
The
Callum.
number one shit-talking podcast in the UK.
hopefully,
hopefully,
probably.
maybe,
Hopefully.
I don't know.
I hope so.
I mean, we're definitely doing
Our,
a lot
ma-
of that right
our
now.
major competition... Our major competition, being the E-Boys podcast, does not exist anymore.
Yeah.
So...
You're talking more about the podcast, not yourselves. Come on, introduce yourselves,
I'm
gosh darn
Clom.
it. He is Callum.
I'm Clom.
Yep,
Yep.
I am Maddie.
yep. I am, Sam, so, yes, welcome to podcast time.
Very professional, as always.
Yes. As
We
always,
are the
this is our
most professional
first episode.
podcasters in the UK.
Yeah, well, we're just very professional in everything we do, aren't we?
Have you seen
Yeah,
our
we've
channel
known each
banner?
other for like 4 months.
Not even
Listen,
that.
we left the channel banner up
Anyway,
to you. The issues with the
we're
channel
not
banner
meant to-
are issues with you.
Alright, fine. Let's...
Anyway,
alright.
we're not talking about episode 0.5.
Yes.
That,
Just...
I might release that at some point.
Episode 0.5 will be exclusive to our Patreon supporters.
But we don't have, we
We
should
do
make
not
that
have
very
Patreon
apparent.
yet, but as soon as we do, then it will be exclusive to our Patreon supporters, as well as any other majorly politically controversial topics that are recorded on these podcasts.
Are we even allowed to
We're
sell
not
the
gonna be-
Patreon?
We're not gonna be... Eventually, we will be, I imagine.
Hey, Callum, I'm about to say something majorly political, so just bleep all this.
Oh no.
Oh no. We're not gonna say anything
Alright,
political.
fine, I won't say anything majorly controversially political. Let's just get...
Yet.
Look, guys, why do you keep procrastinating? Just get on with the subject topic of today. So, Callum, would you
You
like
see,
to...
I'm trying to distract us from the... trying to distract us from the subject topic of today because it's... well, the jumping off point is, well, it's something.
Oh, come on, get down to it. The subject topic of today is Pixar's new movie with Macaulay Culkin as a furry. But not really. But it looks like it.
It's, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
Home Alone Kid
so-
is a furry confirmed.
Bit of background here. The new Disney Pixar film Turning Red, which is releasing, I don't know, sometime in 2022,
Yep.
is it's a thing. It's about a little girl who turns into a panda. We're not sponsored by Disney nor Pixar, but if we were, I'd be very
fucking
happy
wish.
about that.
I refuse all sponsors from Disney. I refuse them. As 1/3 head of this channel, I would like to state right now that we are not stating anything from Disney. Screw you, Mickey Mouse.
Why don't we have a 4-head of channel?
Anyway, so as we're saying, we noticed upon inspecting the poster for new Disney Pixar film Turning Red that it looks a lot like the iconic scene from Home Alone, where Macaulay Culkin is mostly naked in a mirror.
And
Yep,
also
he's
what
shaving.
is shown on
Oh.
the DVD case and most promotional art for the film.
Yep. I mean, Disney
Yeah,
technically owns Home Alone now, so it wouldn't surprise me.
So yeah, just a little 13-year-old girl is also Macaulay Culkin, but a
Is she
furry.
13?
I don't care how old she is. I want a scene
Yeah,
in this movie. I want a scene in this movie where we see the wet bandits try and break into her house, and she has to go full beast mode and try and stop them.
Are you suggesting this little 13-year-old girl go full like apeshit and murder Harry and Marv from Home Alone?
Why
I
not?
mean, we've clearly seen Home Alone 2 that they're basically immortal, so I don't think it would do that much. But
I mean, yeah, they are immortal. You reckon Harry and Marv are Watcher informants? Like, they are on the same level as Stanley at this point.
Yeah. But then again, they are pretty fucking dense.
You can be dense and still be a Watcher informant.
They were smart enough not to be in the sequels, except for 4, but that was a recast. And we also don't talk about 4.
I don't talk anything.
Don't talk about
the second
5.
one. I haven't. I just
You
simply
mean
refuse
6?
to watch the other ones. Like,
there's 1, there's 2, and then there's the rest that comes in the box set that you just never watch.
fair.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you just watch them on TV.
But yeah.
Like, I love how those movies just go from someone tries to break into a kid's house. Someone tries to break into a kid's house in New York. Someone tries to steal nuclear launch codes from this kid's toy car.
Yeah, that is the plot of Home Alone 3.
That is the plot of Home Alone 3.
Break into a child's house.
Yep. Toy car contains nuclear launch codes for North Korea, I might add. And basically, they're trying to break into this kid's house. They sort of move into this neighborhood and break into this kid's house with the intention of getting this stuff to, you know, destroy the world.
Right, so they went from being fucking
also it's set
to fucking war criminals.
They went from being wet, sticky bandits to going into just full terrorist mode.
Ah, I see. You know, the natural
may I add that Home Alone 3 is set in January.
With a kid not called Kevin, not related to McAllister, and with an older sister who just so happens to be Scarlett Johansson.
Oh yeah, I forgot that the older sister in Home Alone 3 was Scarlett Johansson.
I think that was like one of her first acting
roles. That was her first role.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, here's a fun story. Alfred Molina, Mr. Doc Ock himself, his first film role was Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark, where his first day on set was being covered in tarantulas.
Yep. And then he dies.
Ow.
And then he dies. And then he became
He gets
Doc
covered
Ock
in tarantulas and dies. There is no in between. He just gets covered in tarantulas and then cut to him being impaled on spikes.
Pretty much, you know. And then he goes on to be Doc Ock and sing Fiddler on the Roof in the Doc Ock costume.
Hey, I've got no objections to that. That scene's awesome.
It is. I wish it was in the final film. It'd be so much more funny.
It does fit his character.
You know the scene where, like, he's kidnapped Aunt May and they're on top of that big building?
Oh, yes, yes.
He's holding on
man.
And then he's holding on to Aunt May with his robotic
No, his robot arm is just ruthlessly chucking her about while he's singing and dancing.
No, but then she's holding a bag in that scene, so she hits him in the face and he stops singing, and then Green Goblin flies up and just says, "Finish it! Finish it!
Finish it!
Finish it!"
Oh, Willem Dafoe!
Willem Dafoe.
Do it! Willem Dafoe would make an excellent Palpatine.
Oh, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Star Wars Episode 10. Palpatine's back
Do it.
again. Who knew?
Somehow.
Palpatine
Yeah,
Episode 10.
somehow
Somehow
Palpatine returned.
returned.
Again.
Again.
Oh, is that the worst line in all of Star Wars history? Just somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah.
Imagine like that was in Episode 6. I'm sorry, everyone. Somehow Death Star returned.
Yeah. Is it worse than I don't like sand? Which is a worse line?
No, I don't like sand is a much better line. Like,
Yeah.
interchange somehow X returned in any point of the series. Like, episode like 3, somehow the Sith returned. It just...
That one episode of the Clone Wars where Darth Maul gets brought back. Somehow Maul returned.
You know, he survived after being cut into fucking two.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is on
Somehow
the Death Star.
Peter Serafinowicz returned.
Obi-Wan Kenobi's just on the Death Star, and freaking Admiral Tarkin's just like, somehow your old master returned. What?
Yeah, like at this point, like let it not be forgotten that Darth Maul was played by Peter Serafinowicz. Let that not be forgotten ever.
Darth Maul appears threateningly in corridor, ignites two-bladed lightsaber, then proceeds to shoot Qui-Gon with kitchen gun.
Just, hi, I'm Derek Bomb. I'm declaring war on Jedi with new kitchen saber.
Kitchen saber.
Chop, 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 chop. New kitchen saber.
Zoom, zoom. New kitchen saber makes short work of any metal object. Now with extra double-bladed and chainsaw features.
Chops like new.
Oh, Peter Serafinowicz, mate, if you or your lawyers are watching this, give us a call.
Bring those ads
Give us
back.
a call, we want you.
Please tell me you're on that
Bring
freaking hire a celebrity thing.
Back.
Just Peter Serafinowicz with
Like,
a kitchen gun
Peter
on fire.
Serafinowicz, mate. If you're watching this, please get in contact. We want to use you as an intro.
Hi, I'm Toaster Society's head speaker, and I'm here to talk to you about the subject of today, new kitchen gun. Bang! And just a gun comes out of the screen of whatever they're watching it on, shoots the audience. Our viewership drops. We're under a major lawsuit, but somehow the podcast survives.
By the power of Matt Murdock. Who would you want as your lawyer if you were in a murder case?
Definitely
all
not.
famous fictional lawyers.
Jim Carrey from Liar Liar, but before he got the liar thing.
Jim Carrey from Liar Liar is a pretty decent choice. I'm gonna say Phoenix Wright though, mostly because I want to hear him shout objection. My man should have been in Smash, honestly.
Yeah.
Any fiction, you've given me a lot of choice there. I want to reconsider Jim Carrey because there's a lot of good ones. Like there's SpongeBob.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Krabs' lawyer in that one episode.
Fair enough.
He is.
Even if we lose, like we get to spend a day with SpongeBob.
Who gives a piss at SpongeBob?
Well, I'd even just take a day with Tom Kenny
Yeah,
at that point.
Tom Kenny's just
that's
a
what I
great
want
guy.
my last meal to be. Just
Last
that's what I
meal.
want my last meal to be. Just let me spend a day with Tom Kenny, and I'll be perfectly fine.
You're going
This
to court,
podcast
you're
just
not
gets
being
accused of war
sacrificed.
crimes. This podcast just gets accused of war crimes, so you're sentenced to the electric chair, but just before, you get to enjoy a nice KFC bucket meal with Tom Kenny.
That would be my literal dream. Pantheon of like 5 people you would want to spend your last day with. Who would it be?
Ooh. Are we allowed living or dead?
Because like Tom Kenny, living and dead, all allowed.
Fictional as well, or just real?
Yeah, are we allowed fictional or does it need to be real?
No, yeah, we're allowed fictional.
Alright.
I'm gonna say only it has to be real. For now, we can branch off into fictional later.
Let me think. The genie from Aladdin. I wish for more
Will
life.
Smith?
No, Robin Williams.
No, specifically Robin Williams. Specifically from Aladdin 3.
The genie from Aladdin, Mrs. Doubtfire, the guy from Good Morning Vietnam, Teddy Roosevelt from Night at the Museum, and Fender from Robots.
I would want to spend some time with Bender from Futurama. I feel like it'd be fun.
I'm pretty sure though, like...
Yeah, for me, Tom Kenny is obviously up there. But yeah, like, Tom Kenny is, like, definitely there. Fictional characters are now allowed, if you're allowed fictional characters.
All 5 of mine are fictional characters.
I mean...
I know that, but you weren't supposed to say fictional characters.
See, the fictional characters that you'd want, it really depends on the day, really, don't it? How you feeling.
Yeah, like, maybe by the time that you die, you know, like, maybe they've got, like, negative light about them. Like, for all we know, Tom
You'd
Kenny...
want someone that could cheer you up.
Yeah. Just make light of the fact.
You'd want someone that could cheer you up.
What?
Alright,
For the little
alright.
time you
Like,
have left in the world.
Alright,
No.
a guy will do that. Eric
Steve
frickin'
Irwin.
Idle. Eric frickin' Idle from the end of Monty Python and the Life of Brian. Like that.
Fair enough. I'm
singing Always Love the Bright Side of Life.
I'm staking my claim here for Bob Ross, Steve Irwin, and Mr. Rogers.
Bob
Ross
they
would
would
make a
make
memorable
you
last day of Earth.
They would. He would. Like, at this point, just like Bob Ross, King of My Heart, he would give you a new outlook on life before like you died and joined him in heaven.
Ultra heaven.
Spending a day with Bob Ross would
I
guarantee
don't know,
you're going to heaven.
Yeah, because he'd make
Even
you
if,
repent
like-
for any sin and just.
That's Mr. Rogers. He'd explain to you calmly and kindly how everything bad you did was wrong. Like, you would repent and you would go to heaven because of Mr. Rogers.
You just become the next archangel. Just in the light of Mr. Rogers.
And that would just... Yeah, I like to think that the title of Mr. Rogers is passed down between generations. Like, the most inspirational, like, nice, kind-hearted person that's a celebrity becomes, like, the new Mr. Rogers. He's like the Pope, but
What is
better.
that? It's like the Pope, but better.
Yeah. Who do you reckon that's currently
Pope
alive now
Rogers
is
actually has
the
a
best
really
contender for the new Mr. Rogers?
Ooh. Mr. Beast.
Who that's currently alive would... Yeah, he's good, but is he Mr. Rogers good?
The
A
guy
folder
gives-
just fell off of my
guy gives away
off my cupboard and
houses.
I shat myself.
Was it the George folder?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, the George folder just fell off my cupboard and I absolutely shat myself.
George folder. Hate that.
Like, it's still alive. Don't worry.
For now.
Anyway, so like, who other than Mr. Beast do you reckon would make? I think John Cena
Yeah, I was
would
thinking
be
John
like a good
Cena.
contender for next Mr. Rogers. Because he's done like I think over 500 Make-A-Wishes at this point. He's
And
like
he
the
was in the
highest
Fred
Make-A-Wish
Okay,
like
this
count
one.
of any person.
No, this might be a.
And he was
one.
third ranked the bull.
My personal favorite YouTuber, Tabor Hill. Amazing Family Guy.
Yeah, I
not
don't
the
know
show.
who that is.
Me neither.
Yeah, no, but Tabor Hill, absolutely amazing guy.
Yeah.
He's a good contender for next Mr. Rogers for sure.
Yeah, but like at the same time, John Cena, he's Ferdinand the Bull. Fred's imaginary dad, the guy from Playing with Fire and Bumblebee.
Yeah, there's just one problem with John Cena. Like, he's massive. He's a bit too intimidating. Like, Mr. Rogers was just like this.
That man in a suit, he's the opposite of intimidating.
Have you
sure
seen him
that
with his
must be
shirt
some
off?
way
He's
to
like
make
real
him-
life Thanos.
Real
I can picture John Cena in a tiny red jumper. Like I feel like that would be
Like
a very
Chris
wholesome
Evans in
image.
Knives Out. Just
Yeah, and Chris Evans when he was on BBC bedtime stories.
Is that where he
And
talked
Chris
about
Evans in
Thanos
that
having
one
Hey,
zombie
hey, Chris
movie.
Evans. Yeah.
Why
Hey,
not
Chris
make-
Evans or John Cena, if you want to, if you're watching this and want to contact us, we'll do things for you.
Promise we won't make you
What?
look like a nonce.
Sorry, what can we do for John Cena and Chris Evans?
Good time.
Don't. If John, mate, if you want to get me tickets to like next year's WrestleMania, I'll be happy. I will die a happy and fulfilled life. I mean, like a happy and fulfilled life.
If that's what you think of as a happy and fulfilled life, I don't think much less is what good wait is waiting for you. Like, if all you want is to see this big buff man beat up another big buff man, then
you can watch Game On for that.
Listen, it's John Cena though. I don't think I want to.
Why not? It's a great alternative.
Hey, Callum in editing, can we play? If we get any further into the gay porn like rabbit hole, please cut this.
Oh. Callum in editing is probably gonna have a worse time than Callum here right now.
yep, Callum and editing, you're up for a
Hey,
real.
Callum in editing, fuck you.
Hi, Callum in editing.
If you want to know like our roles here on the channel, I'm the guy who makes the thumbnails. Callum is the guy who does the video editing.
And the set.
Records and
Maddie.
edit.
What does Maddie do?
Does absolutely nothing.
He researched
I'm doing
interesting
emotional
topics for us
support.
to talk about.
Even though the one of today was...
I do.
True.
Today's was
It was a
short.
jumping off point, and we jumped off from it.
We did.
Yeah.
We jumped
like how
off
we-
from it.
We started at Macaulay Culkin Home Alone is a furry, and now we're at seeing John Cena Before You Die.
Yeah. You know, the natural progression.
No, he is the Grim Reaper. John Cena is the Grim Reaper. He's
That's
the one who takes you
Yeah.
up to heaven.
That's why no one sees him, because he's invisible.
Oh my god, we figured it out.
John Cena
Who
is
would
the
you
Grim
most want to, like... Who would you most want to have take you up to heaven when you die? Like, the one friendly face you see after everything fades to black, and you, like feel your last breath slip out of you. Who is the one person you'd want to see after that?
Dwok.
Dwayne.
Dwok, yes, I agree.
Always Dwok.
Have you seen that image of him? Have you seen that image of him in a jumper?
No.
He looks so just...
Like the-
I was
like the
I need to
first
find
public
it and send
image
it to
of
the
him.
Discord.
The Rock in a
Like,
jumper. Oh.
He has like...
He has
Sounds
probably
like
one of the most awkward
cow.
poses.
Yeah.
with that chain.
Yeah, the
First of
chain around
all.
his, wearing like this big fancy watch, and it's like he's still got the hair. It just
The
it does,
pose. The
Yeah.
pose.
yeah, just it seems like every single thing in that is just wrong.
Yeah. That's not my
Like-
walk.
That is not
I
what you
mean,
think of
yeah.
when you think The Rock. You think this muscly, tattoo-covered, bald man just driving cars through
Maui from
jungles.
Moana.
No, he has
Maui
hair.
from Moana.
Maui from...
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine that.
Listen, I'm gonna kidnap
imagine
you two
Dwayne
one of these days.
Johnson.
I'm just gonna.
Imagine Dwayne Johnson just driving in the car from Fast and Furious, whilst singing "You're Welcome," whilst driving through a jungle, whilst being chased with the massive white gorilla from Rampage. Also, Carlin.
What else
Calvin
is watching?
Calvin editing, you're doing this.
Oh, God.
You're making this.
You are making this.
Are we turning Callum into our Brad? Is Callum becoming our Brad? Is
Yeah,
that what's happening?
That's the thing that we're gonna do a lot on this channel. We're gonna reference Fact Fiend with Carl Smallwood a lot.
because we love him.
Is he another good contender for Mr. Rogers?
I think the swearing might do it in the eyes of the Pope. It might, cancel it
drink.
out. But
And the drinking.
I mean, but then again, who's to say?
That's what makes it.
Yeah.
Just this.
Who's to say the Pope
this-
isn't
this
a
is like
mad
mid-
alcoholic?
Like this mid.
Exactly.
Just this mid-20s British man
Why?
constantly drinking and swearing with a big Samus tattoo, just swanning around in a big red jumper, just singing "It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood." That's
I
just,
can imagine that.
like, if his channel ever dies, that's what he's gonna go on to do.
No, he said when the channel dies, he's going to open a shit bar where if anyone does fact things, they get thrown out and hit with a bottle. So, if that doesn't work out, he can become Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, because most of the people who will come to the bar will be referencing Fact Fiend, so it might not last long.
Maybe Johnny is vampire.
We see.
Maybe he is vampire. We see. We see.
Yep.
I wondered how long it'd take until we referenced Tommy Wiseau. It's been 30 minutes.
28
30
minutes and
minutes
11 seconds.
Not counting the amount of. Actually, yeah, that is counting the amount of time that it took to prepare this, so even less than that.
Yeah. Oh well.
You can see on your screen right now, guys, how much time it took to get to Tommy Wiseau.
We should just have a counter in each episode of just how long it takes us to get to Tommy Wiseau.
The Tommy timer.
You do know
The
that we're gonna have
Tommy timer.
the Tommy time.
God.
But yeah, eventually all things end in Wiseau.
If we ever get an outro for this channel,
I think that's...
if we ever get an outro for this channel, it needs to at least be 1% Tommy Wiseau. Like, somewhere out there, if someone out there, like, has skills in editing, just send a link of a good outro to us at toastersocietypod@gmail.com, and we will put it in our videos if it looks good.
I mean, how much do you reckon it would cost us to get Tommy to do an actual outro for us?
Tommy was the.
You see, the problem is nobody knows him.
Hmm.
Nobody knows who he is. He's a mystery wrapped inside an enigma. Like,
don't-
nobody knows anything about him.
I don't think he's got an email out there. I'd say probably the only. Knowing how weird he is, he probably only accepts mail by owl.
No, he accepts it by pigeon, specifically.
Yeah, and then eats the pigeon.
No, but my favourite part about Tommy Wiseau is the fact that on his Wikipedia page, no listed age, the country that he's listed from is Europe. People think he might be over 70.
Nobody knows what he is. He is
Nobody-
Tommy Wiseau.
No one knows. He may be one of the world's 3 known immortals, along with the Queen and Putin.
He might be a vampire.
He may very well-
That's why he wears the sunglasses all the time. We've made 2 epiphanies on this show already.
It may explain the weird Eastern European
Like
accent.
vaguely Eastern European. The fact that I don't even think he knows his backstory.
Oh,
He just
helicopter.
makes it up as he goes along.
I think he genuinely does. Like, every interview where like someone asks him about his past, it's always different. Like,
Hey, it's
Tommy Wiseau.
no one knows who Tommy Wiseau.
Should be a new
No
mystery
one
series.
knows the Wiseau.
Finding out the truth about Tommy Wiseau.
BuzzFeed Unsolved. BuzzFeed Unsolved, but they're trying to figure out who Tommy Wiseau is.
Callum and editing, you know.
Get
what we're
Shane
asking
and
you to
Ryan
do.
on there.
Callum and editing, you know what we're asking you to do? Put Tommy Wiseau in a vampire costume.
Put Tommy
And
Wiseau
just-
in the.
How long do you want me to spend editing this video?
I was
However
gonna
long-
say, edit Tommy Wiseau's.
You're
I
gonna
was
be the
gonna
one
say,
editing
put
this, so
Tommy
you get to
Wiseau's
decide.
face on. I was gonna say, put Tommy Wiseau's face onto the unicorn from the opening of Phineas and Ferb. Like, just crackly edited Tommy Wiseau's face onto the unicorn from
You know
Phineas
what?
and
I'm
Ferb.
gonna do that right now as we're talking.
Can we get like Dr.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Doofenshmirtz, just like
Played
Let's
by. No, imagine if Dr. Doofenshmirtz
Tommy
was
Wiseau.
Imagine if Dr. Doofenshmirtz was played by Tommy Wiseau.
That,
Oh,
Like,
no.
I love Dan Povenmire and all.
it would be a
but-
completely different show.
He's the only.
Oh, hi,
He's
Harry.
the only person other than Dan Poven. He's the only person other than Dan Povenmire who I think could convincingly like replicate the Dr. Doofenshmirtz voice.
Oh, hi, Perry. Your arrival was unexpected. By which I mean completely expected.
Okay, who would be his like rival? Who would be Tommy Wiseau like Dr. Doofenshmirtz's rival? Like, who would be his Perry the Platypus?
Wouldn't it just be Perry the Platypus, or do you want someone? I mean,
Who would play Perry the Platypus in this hypothetical scenario?
Perry.
Well, he doesn't,
What
he
is it
doesn't
like?
speak though.
It's Mark. It's Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
What a story, Mark. Oh, what a story, Mark.
Just responds with Perry the Platypus noise.
Aha, there we go. Phineas and Ferb unicorn.
Oh.
I'm creating a mass.
Anyway, we need to get together. We need to get together and watch The Room.
Just
And just like shit talking. That
yeah, that'll be like
that can be something for the podcast.
yeah, that'll just be like one.
That can be
It'll just
something
be an
for the podcast.
unedited, just an unedited reaction cut of The Room.
Right,
Yeah,
please don't be
we can
dodging.
do that. Like, we
Like,
ju-
If
as long
we
as
ever
we,
hit like
as long as we
1,000
don't,
subscribers on our
like-
channel or something, then that's what we'll do for our special. Thanks for 1,000 subs, guys. Here's our
I kinda-
reaction to watching The Room.
I feel like we should just do that anyway because I feel like getting like us in a room and watching the room would be one of the best experiences.
Yeah.
Dressed as characters from the room, of course. Just
No, all
hide,
dressed in suits, all holding rugby balls.
just with
What's the
pictures
point?
of
No one's gonna
spoons on the
see
wall
us.
behind us. No,
What that
we've got a
counts,
picture.
Callum.
We have a picture in the corner of just our podcast logo, but we've just photoshopped Tommy Wiseau's tuxedo onto us, and like occasionally spoons will flash up in the
Yeah.
background.
Right, I need a picture of Tommy.
Yeah, the toaster is replaced by a rain of plastic spoons.
No, we deep fake them. We just
Oh,
deep fake our images on this channel.
Deep fake our images to be on Tommy Wiseau's body.
It's just, I did not hit her.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It is bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Ro. I'm just looking at our logo right now and I'm wondering which one of us would look best doing that.
I don't know, and that's the worst part.
Right, it's time to begin the cutting out of Tommy.
Alright.
Okay,
Maddie
so-
is the girl of the group, will probably be Lisa.
I am.
Now, who would be Tommy and who would be
Now,
Mark?
be careful. Be careful of what you say, because I am attracted to neither of you. I would commit murder. For legal reasons, I wouldn't commit murder, but
But I would commit murder also.
There is probably heavy spoilers for the room in this video.
if you haven't seen The Room at this point, what are you doing with your life? It's been
Heard
out
of
for
The
like
Room.
18 years. Go and watch The Room. Go and watch The Room.
Go and
If you
watch The
haven't
Room,
seen The
it's on
Room yet,
YouTube.
stop
Link
watching
in the
this.
description of this
Stop
video
watching this.
to watch The Room. No, finish watching
Please,
this.
Yes,
Pause.
finish watching this.
No,
please.
finish watching
Finish
this
watching.
video. Watch this video all the way to the end for Epic PogChamp V-Buck giveaway, and then go and watch The Room.
Go
We've got the
and
result.
then come back and comment your thoughts on The Room.
Yes, watch this video again after watching The Room, then comment your favourite line from The Room. And then watch The Disaster Artist,
What?
then come back.
I've done it. Oh,
And do
God,
this.
it's beautiful.
Also, what D&D class do you reckon Johnny from the...
Hello?
Everything just.
I feel like I've stunned you all into silence.
No,
You
everything
cut
just
out
cut
there.
out.
You cut out.
Oh, okay. What D&D class do you reckon Tommy Wiseau from The Room would be?
Chaotic neutral.
That's an alignment, and I agree, but, I mean, class.
Should I give Phineas
I want to
and
think
Ferb
he'd be a
sunglasses?
bard.
Why would he be a bard?
Because he likes entertaining people. No, he's a wizard.
For the image I'm editing, do I give Phineas and Ferb Tommy Wiseau sunglasses?
Yes, of course. Is that even a question?
Okay. Sunglasses.
I'm assuming that Callum's gonna put this picture on the Discord,
Oh,
so we'll all react to
I
it in
Oh,
real
I
time.
thought you were-
Yeah.
You better.
It'll flash up on your
React
screens.
in real
It will flash up
time.
on your screens at the same time that we get to see it, so you get to see our genuine reaction to the monstrosity that Callum is
Okay,
creating for us.
That's perfect for Phineas.
Yeah, Callum, please save the rest of the photoshops for afterwards, but
Right, so.
But also, you are creating
I can imagine what you're
I have
creating is probably a masterpiece.
I have so much to do already, and we haven't even been going for that long.
Bearing in mind, guys, the actual start of this episode, once again, was Furry Macaulay Culkin. We are now talking almost exclusively about the room.
Yeah, we've been stuck in this Tommy Wiseau whirlpool for literally 15 minutes.
Oh my god.
We need to escape the Tommy zone.
I don't
We
think
need to escape,
he's like
the
a
Y
More
zone.
Tommy time, please.
he's like a black hole. You can't really resist it, but
We need to escape the Y zone.
Brilliant. Okay. I've almost done cutting out his glasses and putting them on Phineas.
As soon as you've finished the editing, we can move away from Tommy.
Oh, it fits perfectly because he's got a fucking triangle nose.
What is that sentence?
Don't worry about it.
It's the best. It's the best sentence. Okay, so as we've established, Tommy Wiseau is an immortal vampire who wears his sunglasses to protect him from the dangerous UV rays.
That makes it so much better.
Tommy Wiseau, is my
With a
that's
flying
my
car.
spirit animal. I want to say, yeah, he's my spirit animal. I think at this point,
You're freaking. You go to
Like-
Hogwarts. You cast Expecto Patronum,
just
and it's
Tommy
just Tommy Wiseau fights Dementor.
yeah. What do you reckon your Patronus would be?
Squid.
Discounting the Pottermore bullshit.
It would be it would be
Probably
a
a
squid.
pig.
100%.
Mine would be probably Tommy Wiseau, or if it needs to be an animal, probably a let's think, probably a ferret, to be honest.
Mine's either a penguin or a pig. I just feel like they both equally represent.
No, but imagine being that one kid in the Patronus class that gets a fucking fish as their Patronus.
Expecto Patronum lands on floor flopping and dies, and they can never cast Patronus again.
It's just a Magikarp.
It's
It's
just
just a Magikarp.
the kid's name is James.
Yeah, obviously. It's canon in fucking Harry Potter that you can get a dragon and a T-Rex as your Patronus if you're lucky.
No, but the Magikarp, if you manage to get a better Patronus, it will evolve into Gyarados.
Yeah, you just keep practicing the Patronus charm and eventually it just evolves into a Gyarados. No Dementors would try and fuck with you if you had a Gyarados as your fucking Patronus.
Patronus.
The sunglasses
What
don't have
What would be the best Pokemon?
Patronus Go, the
What would be the
latest
best
mobile app.
Just you want a Pokemon that
What
nobody
would
would
be the best Patronus, Pokemon? Yeah, what Pokemon would you want as your Patronus?
Ooh,
I'm
does it retain the power
I'm gonna
of
go
that
with
Pokemon?
Tom. Oh yeah, it retains the natural ability of that Pokemon, unless it's a legendary that can fucking delete the universe. In which case, that's a bit too strong.
Because I was gonna go with the Llama God, but alright, fine. I might just go with my favorite Pokemon of all time then, Magnemite.
That's an odd
Yeah.
choice for a
A
favorite.
Magnemite as a Patronus.
Yes, freaking Magnemite.
Like-
I love that thing. And there are people screaming at me in the comments right now, "Oh, Sam, you can't have a Magnemite as a Pokemon. It's just not a good." Screw you. Magnemite's a good Pokemon. I love his design. His evolution's weird.
Magnezone is great. I like Magnezone.
The evolution though, is it like is it Magneton? Like that is
The one that's screaming.
Magneton, yeah.
Magneton's just a bit lazy.
Yeah.
It's just him, but
Magneton's lazy,
It's
then
Magnemite.
Magnezone is pretty
It's
good.
Magnemite with Magnemite with Magnemite.
Mhm.
Brilliant. More.
Yeah.
Okay. Next Pokemon.
People complain about the newer
eggs.
generation
Eggs.
being unoriginal.
It's Diglett, but with more Diglett.
They're not eggs, actually, they're seeds.
A seed. A singular seed that you need a stone to evolve.
Yeah.
What
They
do I
say
call
new
this
generations are
amazing
unoriginal.
Candle.
Like,
Candle.
Litwick is fucking
Some
amazing. I will
garbage.
not take any slander on my boy.
Literal garbage.
Garbodor is actually really good as well. Like,
Muck.
I don't care.
Muck has come backwards.
Muck, I will not defend Muck. I will not defend Muck.
Miltank.
Miltank can go fuck itself, specifically
Miltank has
because
way too much
Whitney's
rules life.
Miltank.
I don't think.
Oh, I don't want to look at Miltank Rule 34.
Oh no.
I don't want to think about that. How much
Yep.
Garfield Rule 34 do you reckon there is on the
Too much.
Ooh. I mean, considering it's the internet and literally everything has a Rule 34, like, we probably have a Rule 34 within 30 seconds of this video going live on your favourite streaming platform.
No.
Right. The Wiseau unicorn is finished.
Alright, let's see it.
Oh god,
3,
let's see.
2, 1. Bing bong. Oh, bing bong. There it is.
That is a magical image. That is such a magical image. You don't understand. Oh, Callum is MVP of this episode.
Now that is an NFT.
Now this is pod racing.
I'm just looking at Ferb and just imagining just dodge backwards whilst bullets go over his head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does look a bit like Neo, to be fair.
It's the green hair that does it.
It is. Neo didn't even have green hair, but you can see the green.
Yeah.
Yeah, the green makes sense.
I love how just badly blended it is too.
That's the point. I say shittily edit it.
It's beautiful.
If you zoom in on Phineas's eye, you can
I like
still
how-
see Tommy's eye inside of the glasses.
Oh no.
Wait. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's like he's just looking at.
I love
can't
it.
see that. Oh, that's horrifying.
It might be on Ferb as well, I don't know.
I think you can see the camera in Ferb's eyes.
Okay, so one of the things I'm gonna do is in the description of each episode, I'm gonna put like a list of like our topics that we discuss. Like,
Yeah, we can make
Just
it a
like-
segmented video, can't we?
yeah, we can use the power of chapters. Just
Oh no.
it's the first edit of the show and already
It's
got
gonna be the
like
best one.
contender.
This is just.
Contender for one of the best things I've seen.
And that didn't take me that long. We've only been going for 49 minutes.
Exactly. We can let's try and make it about an hour,
Yeah.
just like so it's not too long but not too short.
Yeah.
I reckon we could easily go for another 10 minutes. 10,
Yeah,
20 minutes.
easily.
Yeah, we can easily go on. So let's carry on with the topic of YouTube didn't give, well, Callum didn't give an idea of what Pokemon he'd want his Patronus to
Oh,
be.
fuck yeah. Well, I was busy making the Tommy Con. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, a lot of my favourite Pokemon are fire types.
Fair enough, you know. Burn
Ember.
those fucking Dementors. Ember is an underrated gem. Gen 5 is underrated as hell. Like,
Well, yeah.
just fucking
The
throw
later
that one out
generations
there.
will always be underrated, just because everyone will just keep seeing the first generation as absolute masterfuls.
But I
Because
really
that's
like
just
the new
how it
ones.
But like the first generation. Oh yeah, the new ones are better than Gen 1. I'll just like fucking throw that one out there.
I mean, I had a much better time playing Pokemon Sword than I did Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
Oh yeah, Sword was really, really good. I don't get what people were complaining about. Like,
Just because it didn't have every
fucking
single fucking
yeah, the
Pokemon
graphics.
ever.
Here's another topic that'll have
And
people
the
screaming at
graphic-
me in the comments. I've not
Oh,
played a
God.
single Pokemon game.
Uh-huh.
Come at me.
You just cut out for most of
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah, you cut out for like a majority of that sentence. You said I've never played a, and then nothing
And
else.
I've never
Come
played
at
a
me.
single Pokemon game except for Pokemon Go.
Oh god.
That's Pokemon Go is okay though.
Yeah,
Like for what it is, it was pretty entertaining.
I mean for
It
me
was
it was an on and
appreciated
off
in its
game.
time.
Yeah, I would still have it on my phone, but like it requires
I mean, we all
data,
just
and that's not something I have.
remember that glorious month in 2016 where just everyone
June 2016
yeah,
was
when just everyone
united
had.
at once by Pokemon.
But at that time
And
my
then
phone wasn't new enough to run it.
Even
Yeah.
like people who didn't like Pokemon, people who don't know anything about Pokemon, still downloaded and still played Pokemon Go and got. I'm sure there's people who got into Pokemon because of Go,
Probably,
and
yeah.
for that, and you know, and
Yeah, because
I'm
it
I'm
was like
proud.
it was like the first free Pokemon game, and it was meant to promote exercise, which people of course immediately bypassed.
It's
Like,
yeah,
remember like some of
it's
the
still getting
remember some of
updated.
those like some of those videos of like those people
Someone
did
strapped
things.
their phone. Someone strapped their
Yeah,
phone
like
to
they
like
did
a
their
ceiling
they strapped
fan
their phone.
to
What?
hatch eggs.
Yeah, I remember that, and also their dog.
I mean, couldn't you
Someone
just do
just-
that with
And
the
they
new
got-
Pokeball
yeah.
controller that came out for the Switch for Pikachu and Eevee? Just fucking put it onto, like, something
Yeah.
that moves.
Put it onto your child. Just
yeah.
strap it to your child.
What? Just you have a baby that moves around the house? Why not use Pokemon Go, an all-new way to have your eggs hatch quickly without you having to do anything. All you have to do is strap on this
It
32-step procedure onto your baby, and suddenly you have all of the Aerodactyls.
Reminds me of there was a product created like back in like 2013 or something. It was like a onesie for your toddler, but it had like a mop on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
front
yeah,
when
yeah,
the
yeah.
crawl.
The
The
baby
idea
mop.
was when they crawl around.
The baby
The
mop.
baby-
The baby mop.
Baby mop.
Baby mop.
Yo, like what is the worst? What is the like worst like one of those infomercial like products? Like the baby mop, like ShamWow, like Slap Chop, like fucking all the like fucking flex
What's the
tape.
worst? I can think of a lot of really bad ones, but probably the one that just immediately comes to mind is AIDS.
Oh yeah, I was like, It took me a few seconds, and I realised, oh shit, yeah.
Editing Callum,
AIDS
please put an image of AIDS on the screen so they know we're not talking about the horrible disease.
Huh? What? I completely zoned out.
The horrible.
I was looking at my
put,
phone.
We're talking about. Welcome back to the podcast, Callum.
Welcome back. This is the AIDS section.
This is the AIDS section. We're talking about AIDS.
Just timestamp this. This is the AIDS section.
Yeah, I will once we upload this. I'll just go in and the chapter system will be up and running hopefully.
Right,
so this will be the AIDS discussion.
Sorry, I was checking my phone. Robert
Okay.
Chen was talking about Danny from Rate My Takeaway selling his broken chair.
Oh, anyway, so we were talking about those infomercial products like the baby mop and the ShamWow, the Slap Chop, Flex Tape. What's
Flex
the worst
Tape.
one of them?
The worst? Oh, fuck knows. I just never found the slap.
I say the Slap Chop.
It just was never funny.
The slap chop, it's not even useful. So you have when you're using your hand to abuse this little device that probably doesn't work, you could just get a knife and just chop the fucking food like a normal person.
I mean, I have a guilty confession. I own a slap shop.
You own a fucking slap shop.
Listen, there are vegetarians.
Luckily,
in my
we
family
never
who
got,
frequently slice just veg.
Oh, fair enough.
Just use a fucking knife.
When you need to get it done quickly, and there's no other choice, just get out this enormous piece of plastic, now $9.99. But of course, there's an exclusive deal that comes with this. If you buy one right now, you get 12 more for free. Yes,
Who
for the added
needs
bonus
12?
of another at $9.99. That's the thing they
I
always
want
do,
I want to raise.
You know, it's a sham product when they're including 3.
Yeah.
When they have to
fucking...
coax
I
into
want,
buying it.
my
yes,
thing
we
is
know
my family.
We know you only need 1 knife block, but how about 6 for the exact same price?
One of the things that my family does is in the morning when we're all properly waking up, there'll be reruns of 1990s episodes of Coronation Street on the TV for some reason, and when it cuts to advertisements, there's there's all of these shit infomercials this mattress that looks really shit, and it's if you buy now, we'll give you a free pillow and blanket and all of this shit, and I'm if you're trying to sell your product that badly and you need to include all this bullshit, it's clearly not a good product.
Hey, it tricks college kids who need to get the rent. And we're talking American college kids.
Not
Free college healthcare, baby.
We live in Britain, the land of the free healthcare. Fuck you, America.
The true land of the free.
I will not cut out
right,
any
America?
slander against America. Shit country. Good people, shit country.
Land of the free. Largest incarcerated population on planet Earth.
Is this the America slander portion
This is the America slander portion of the video.
I am happy to slander America at any point.
Screw you, Trump.
I can tell. You're very clearly scranning. What?
Oh yeah, my mum brought me my pizza up. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
Nice.
This is...
Away from my mouth.
Alright, this is a
now I want to
statement that may or may not be controversial. I don't mind
Callum,
Biden.
get ready to cut.
I don't mind Biden.
Okay.
But Trump was just so much funnier.
Fair enough.
He was funnier.
He was
He was funnier, but also way worse.
I know he was he almost sat on the nuclear launch button every time he sat down in his office whenever he got back from his golf. But come on, the guy was so funny.
Yeah, but like the thing is,
Like, Confefe will live in our hearts forever.
the Americans having a shit president was good because now the UK is the one with the shit people in charge because we've got fucking Boris Johnson.
Ah, yes, I am the
I feel like for
wonderful
legal,
Prime Minister.
I feel like for legal reasons we might have to cut any Boris slander just in case. Like,
Yeah,
I don't want to get like the government leg breakers coming round my house.
Alright, if you've just noticed a sizable skip in the video, that's because we said something majorly politically controversial. All politically controversial things will be up.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no, the leg breakers got him. The leg breakers got him.
Oh,
Fucking leg it. There's no cheese and crackers in prison, lads.
I wish I
There's
could
no
fly.
cheese, no crackers, Gromit. We've forgotten the crackers.
We have to hide the body, Gromit.
Gromit, what have you done?
That was the Wallace and Gromit section of the podcast.
It's still going.
Yeah, it's a known fact. It's a known fact about us that sometimes we just break out into Wallace and Gromit. Like,
How is it known? This is the
In
first
the-
episode.
But like, no, I was just doing it to us.
I'm
when
saying
we-
it's known by people who know us.
No, remember that one lunch where we were just doing it over and over again, and then you two
Oh
stopped?
yeah,
I
yes, by
didn't.
people who know us in person. Yeah, we were just shouting "Evening, Gromit" over and over.
Gromit.
I
I
bet we
stared
got
us
so many
dead
dirty
in
looks.
the eyes and I was like, "Evening, Gromit. Evening, Gromit." And then you're like, "Who's Gromit? Evening,
Evening,
Gromit."
Gromit.
I wish I could
It's time
fly.
to. I'm not dabbing. I'm looking at the floor for cheese.
I'm going to say the N-word.
I can't.
No.
Cut this.
Cut this bit out, lad.
Cut.
It's majorly political.
Don't say the N-word.
Don't. Please,
This is the
please.
official. The official stance of the Toaster Society is don't say slurs. That's our official stance. Also, our official stance is, and you're not allowed to cut this out, Callum, our official stance is trans rights are human rights. Fuck you all. Goodbye.
Screw you, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, fuck you, JK. All my... fuck JK Rowling, all my hopes JK.
But not J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons is cool.
Oh,
He's a good J.K.
Oh yeah, JK Simmons can stay. JK can stay. JK Simmons can stay.
J.K. Simmons.
And what do you
good,
call
J.K.
it when you
Rowling
send
bad.
JK Rowling to space? What do you get when you send JK Rowling into space?
We're doing
Some
jokes. This is the
some
jokes
unfunny
about J.K.
joke.
section.
The answer was AstroTurf, by the way. Anyway, I think we've officially reached an hour on the podcast.
We have. It's been an hour and 3 minutes. Well, hey.
I'm cool to keep
Right.
going.
Should we start wrapping up? Yeah, we should. Do we have any natural segue, like a conversation topic that will naturally segue into the ending?
No.
I'd
without
them
like
being
to
cancelled.
leave you. I'd like to leave you with some wise words that a great man once said to me. You know, kid, it was all fine in the end. Now let's $4.99 for this wise advice, and maybe we can settle this agreement over a nice hot beer.
I'm sure we'll get.
I may have been out of my mind on
Alright.
drugs at the time. However,
I'm sure we'll get better at wrapping shit up.
Okay,
Right.
cut
and on
this
that
bit.
note,
Cut this
thank you
bit.
for watching. And on that note, thank you for watching the Toaster Society podcast. We've been your hosts. I'm Maddie.
I'm Clom.
I'm Sam. This is the Toaster Society. Goodbye.
As we always say here, fuck off.